Hey guys, we're going to talk about a brand new 2021 model from Benchmade. And I say that, is it brand new? Yes. This is a brand new model, the Mini Adamas. But they've had the Adamas for a long time. This is just a shrunk down version of something that they've already had. So is it really a brand new idea? I mean, I don't know. I was talking about that on the Sharp Talk podcast last month, and we'd like to see some brand new innovations and ideas from knife manufacturers. Don't just take something that sold good a few years ago and make it smaller or make it bigger or offer it in a different material. Let's come up with something new and exciting, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But the guys over at Wild About Sporting Goods were kind enough to lend this in with a bunch of other cool stuff that I've already done a bunch of videos on. But as always, there will be a link to their website down below, and you can use the promo code to get 10% off. So, let's talk about the Benchmade Mini Adamas, and here's the actual part number. It's a spoiler alert, it's a pretty freaking cool knife. I'm not going to lie. It's a little on the smaller side from what I normally gravitate towards. But I think the more I handle knives, the more I have the channel, I'm just gravitating towards, I'm not going to say small knives, but I'm gravitating away from maybe the big overbuilt folders. Maybe that's a good way to describe it. So what we've got here is a very cool G10 scaled deep carry clip that actually works really well. I still wish that they had countersunk screws, but it's got enough gap in there that it actually works in my jeans without a problem. Every single time it just goes right in. I don't have to wiggle it or mess with it. We have a Cerakoted gray blade of CPM crew wear. This is kind of a cool coating. It's got a little bit of a rough texture to it, but it's Cerakote, so it's going to hold up really, really well. And the crew wear is a powdered steel that is, and I'm no steel snob or metallurgist, so I'm going to just tell you what I think. It is kind of a cross between, and it's not made from these, but it's kind of a cross of the edge retention of S35VN and the toughness of 3V. Okay? So it has incredible action. It feels great in the hand, no hot spots. It really locks your hand in with this little swell in the back. Feels very solid. You're not going to be twisting and turning. And super great close. I mean, this is straight out of the box, brand new. There was no breaking in. I mean, I've had it for a couple of weeks. I have been, fidgeting with it, but it was this smooth right out of the box. I wish that my 940 was that smooth. It's not. I have seen other people's 940s be that smooth. Mine, you got to give it a little wristy. I wish mine was as smooth as this, and partially the blade is much bigger and heavier on this. So let's run through some specs real quick. 4 3/8 closed, 7 5/8 overall, 3.2 blade length, 3.11 cutting edge. CPM crew wear, already mentioned that. Blade thickness is 0.141, 0.623 overall, and 4.7 ounces. This is a total working knife. This is not a let's go slice paper thin tomatoes, it's not that. It has a fairly thick edge, but this is going to do your cardboard. This is going to do your straps. This is going to cut meat. This is going to do all of the major cutting tasks outside of the slicing tasks, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a very cool knife. And I've talked to a couple other people. I did not spend a lot of time using this, but I have talked to my buddy at Theraputic Edge. He did a video on this recently, and he used the snot out of the one that he was loaned in. And I'll put a link to his channel down below too, because we can go show him some love. I'll actually put a link to his video on this down below, so you can listen to him talk about it, because he used a lot. He loved it. He did a bunch of cardboard and a bunch of processing with it, and he says it performed excellent. And after several days of use, there was no wear on the blade. So the Cerakoting is not going to get marred up. A lot of people are turned off with coated blades because oftentimes they will get marked up. They'll get some scratches and stuff like that. So Cerakote is not going to do that. So let's do a couple quick size comparisons with the Sharpie, Spyderco Delica, of course, the 940, since I pulled it out earlier. So a little tiny bit longer, obviously much thinner and whatnot. I do love the 940, and I do have an auto 940 from the guys over at Wild About Sporting Goods that I still need to just pull out. How about the Kubi KB237 with the PVD blade? And this is getting some marks. I have used it. I think a lot of that will clean up with some alcohol to just take off some tape residue, but there may still be some black, some rubbing on that coating, which I don't have an issue with, but a lot of people do find that unappealing. And last but not least, how about the Hellraiser P-Series? So there you go, guys. A quick look at the mini Adamas from Benchmade. This is a very cool knife. I would definitely, if you're thinking about it, do not hesitate. I would rush out and get one of these. And I would check with Gil and see if he's got any left, other than this one that will be shipping back to him shortly. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow.